What is up, everybody? Welcome to my stream. What is up, everybody? Hi, Layer X Layer. Welcome to the stream. What is up, everybody? How are you guys doing? Did you guys make it to my stream this Monday? His name is Gregory. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys had seen him. Hello, everyone. I definitely think I'm going to convince my manager to get me a better camera because I don't think my MacBook camera is really cutting it anymore. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream. I have a fun print to reshare with you guys today. Many of you saw me jab my hand last week. This week, I promise I won't do that again. Hello, everyone. Yeah, Gregory did a great job. So he's our new content creator. So all the upcoming videos that you see out, anything on our YouTube video, our YouTube channel, sorry, that we uploaded around this month, it's all Gregory. So applause for Gregory for his editing skills. Yes, it healed great. Just a flesh wound. I have new tools today since I'm not in the office anymore. Get the OBS bot Meet 2 camera. Okay, I'll write that down. I'm gonna put in a request for a new streaming camera. Hello, welcome to the chat. Did you guys get our CoPE email yet? If you did, we're always curious about what you guys print with CoPE. That is our current campaign that we're trying to push out right now. So if you guys are using CoPE or haven't used CoPE, please let me know if you're interested in what you've printed with CoPE. We have a lot of fun things in the mix with that filament. And yeah, I'm really excited to see the stuff that you guys produce. Well, good news for you, Jonathan, because we have a 35% sale going on right now with the CoPE. So I think it's like $9 right now. Double check if you're in the US, but yeah, double check with that. I'm trying to get my hands on CoPE because I heard it prints really fast. 100% sale sounds better. If we did 100% sale, I guarantee you I wouldn't be streaming on here and I would be out of a job. Just got my professional Hue Forge, just got in. Yeah, that's so cool. What are you printing with Hue Forge? What kind of artwork are you making? Like family portraits, Van Gogh art? I'm very curious. Oh, Star Wars. If you do, please tag us. I'm very, very curious to see all the artwork that you guys made, especially if it's Hue Forge. Darth Vader, of course, of course. Well, okay, I think I'm going to give it one more minute until I officially show off the print that I redid last week and scaled. CoPE seems interesting, but I really like printing functional prints, and CoPE seems like it's weaker than PLA. So that's 100% true. CoPE isn't really the strongest material, but we do pride it in being extremely fast. It's definitely not functional. It's definitely made for supports and definitely for figurines. So things that don't require that much pressure or beating around. So if you're into figurine printing, CoPE is the one for you. But if not, PLA or HTPLA or all of our other filaments is probably a better choice. But yeah, as we add new people to the team, our manager Nico is trying to convince more people to become streamers. So you'll probably see a lot more new faces. Yeah, CoPE will totally break, but it is an interesting concept because it's super fast. So there's that. Yeah, for miniatures, Kopi is probably the best thing to use. It prints one again really fast. It's more affordable than the rest of our filament. It's cheaper than our standard PLA also, especially since we're doing a 35% sale. Anyways, that's my spiel. That's my spiel. I don't want to sound too much like a salesman. Yeah, gaming pieces, anything like tabletop games. Kopi can work for non-impact functional print. I used it for my sliding door catches because they are just guiding the door. For sure, for sure. Well, where's your affiliate link? The affiliate link is the newsletter. I'm the one who creates the newsletter, so you could say that's my affiliate link. Well, for those who are just joining, welcome to my stream. Thank you for joining me again on 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on a random Wednesday. I really appreciate everyone who shows up. I feel like we had a really good time last week. For those who missed it, I stabbed myself on stream with a little screwdriver trying to pry off the support. So if you were here last week, I printed a pochita, okay? He's still not put together because I totally effed him up. In case you missed it also, Bearded Printer edged me on and he told me that I should throw it on the ground to see if I can get the supports off. And I did. And so as you can see, it's a little bit broken. This is supposed to be a fully functional tail, but I definitely broke it when I chucked it on the ground. I didn't clean off the supports that cleanly. If you can see here, there's a lot of texture here. I'm using Polysonic, so not the best filament for trees. And that goes with, I only have this one color of orange and Polysonic. I can't find PLA in our office. I'm not sure if that's too popular of a color. Last stream was fun. This stream is going to be a little bit more tame. I definitely won't stab myself again. Maybe I'll throw something the next time I'm in the office. I'm always down to take some crazy suggestions from the stream in the chat. Sorry, there's some leftover supports. But yes, last week I printed a pochita. I had asked the chat to help me with the settings so it could be a smoother print. I learned how to do fuzzy skin in the slicer. So with that being said, this is the huge pochita that I printed last week. All right, chat. This is just a trial run, so I'm going to print another one with all of the functional parts like the handle again this time. I scaled it down considerably. Oh, wait. Stab the filament bag, not your hand. Well, lucky for you, I have something like that today. But okay, I'm going to debut him. So fuzzy skin has been done. Fuzzy skin is here. And I changed out the trees, the supports to trees, because I figured that this might be easier to ply off. Blood pochita is canon. So I did form a blood contract, and I probably did become the new Chainsaw Man. But here's the scale, just to show you guys. I believe this took about 3 hours for the body itself to print, maybe 2.5 hours to 3 hours. And this only took 1 hour and 20 minutes with some changes to the slicer. So I much prefer this size. And today you're going to see me ply off these supports again. If you weren't here last time, the supports last time were extremely hard to take off. I'm not sure if me changing it to trees has helped. Let me know in the chat. Hello, Zombie Hedgehog. Welcome, welcome. But yes, let me know. Tree supports are easier? Yes? All right, with that being said, let's get started. Again, I'm using Polysonic because it's literally the only orange filament that I have with me right now. I kind of like him. I kind of like the fuzzy texture. So thank you guys for guiding me on that on the last stream. Now let's see if I can cleanly. Oh, hello, Pezlis. Welcome to the stream. You missed me last week when it was a little bit chaotic because I stabbed myself. I blame Bearded Printer. I really do. Okay, this time my tools are a little bit more industrial. They definitely did come out of a toolbox. They're not for miniatures or figurines or anything. So bear in mind, I will not stab myself this time. I promise. Okay, let's start. All right, here we go. All right, now I got a lot of different answers last stream. And so before I really start this, when you take off supports like this, should you be twisting or should I be pulling? Because I found it really helpful to pull and twist last time. Let's see. Pezlis says, first rule of streaming, don't listen to Beardy. Beardy led me astray, but did he make my stream a little bit more interesting? I think so. I think so. In case you missed it, Pezlis, I chucked this on the ground last week because Bearded Printer told me that maybe I should try throwing it down the stairs to see if it loosens any of the supports. And I surely chucked it on the ground, and yeah, oh, let me censor his little butthole. The tail completely broke off. So what do I do with him now that he's a broken body? I feel terrible throwing him away because I feel like I'm adding just waste into the environment. So what do you guys do when you F up a print like this? They should just kind of pop off. Before using pliers, see if you can push the supports. Okay, let's see. Okay, I kind of did at the tail already. It was a little bit longer last time. So let me see. Again, I'm using Polysonic, so I don't think it's going to be that easy to push off. Pezlis says, I use blue snips for removing supports and tweezers and small needle nose pliers. I don't have any of that today since I'm not in the office, but you'll see me use a variety of tools to see if it works. You say goodbye and learn how to not F it up the next time. I just feel so bad throwing him away. It's so much filament. Create a fail box and collect all of them, but that's so much waste. I hear Polymaker liked failed prints. It's good for their business. Not for me. I get this for free. I'm not contributing revenue to this. Fail box, then in a year, do a stream to reflect on your growth. Actually, that is a really good one. That is a really good one. I will make a box and I'm going to actually keep it in a corner in my office, or not in my office, in the office. Give the failed one to Polymaker Joel. I don't know. I kind of like, hello, welcome. I kind of like what Foxy Owly said. I should keep this and do a little year-end recap of all my failed prints. So far, I haven't failed that much. There were a couple kunais that I failed with, I will admit. Let me see if I have that here, actually. I'm going to make a bag of failed prints. In here is all the stringy madness from when I tried to print a kunai using extremely expired filament. And how I know it's extremely expired is all of the stringing that came with it. It was an absolute stringy mess. This was my first ever print that I still held on to, another failed print. And here we see this gigantic body being added to the failed print bag. There we go, chat. Let's see how much more I can add. Bag, you need a bigger bag. I don't know. I feel like if I have a smaller bag, it'll give me incentive to not F up as much. I keep failed prints for reminders and demonstrations. That's a funny one. I feel like that's a training arc thing where I keep my failures to remind myself that I should not fail anymore. I had a spaghetti today, started a print, took a nap. Did you print a new one? Hello, Bearded Printer. I did. So I just showed the stream. This time he's fuzzy. I did fuzzy skin this time, as you guys said. Hopefully you could see the fuzz here. I changed out the supports to the trees. And everyone told me before I go into it with pliers, darn you, Bearded Printer, have you thrown it on the ground yet? I hear that works to remove support. Let me do that right now. To the screen. I'll only do that in the office, not in my own home. What was funny is when I threw that huge pochita on the ground, we had some cobwebs in the corner and a bunch of like little microplastic bits got stuck in the cobwebs. So those will remain there forever now for the spiders. All right, chat. Now that we've gone over that, I can't seem to push it out. Again, I'm using Polysonic, so this is the worst material for supports. So what I'm going to do is pry it off. Oh, that's a surprise for later. Okay, let's start. Clean. All right. We got this small bit. How else will the spiders get their daily dose of microplastics? I think I for sure got more than my daily dose of microplastics the last time. I forgot to wear eyewear protection again. Okay, someone told me last time it's the safety squint. Okay, and I'm pulling and twisting away from my hands this time. Actually, you need to throw bearded printer on the ground. The next convention I go to, that'll happen. I'm gonna try it right now. All right, we're starting at the base. Another successful pull. So far, trees definitely the way to go. This pulled off way cleaner than when I had the supports going just through his eyes last time. So if you can see, barely any bits stuck to his eyes. If any, nothing stuck to his eyes. The only bit I'm really worried about is the base at the bottom. I don't think anyone wears PPE for FDM unless you wear glasses. I do have glasses. Is this OSHA approved? All right, now that I have my safety glasses on, let's pry off another little bit here at the tail. Okay, that didn't come off as clean as I liked it. It's fine, it's fine. Okay, clean. All right, chat, I think we have a system, and I think I will show you the final product next time. I printed this as a test just to see if it would work better before I wasted more filament and printed the rest of the body parts. So far, pretty good, but I don't want to speak too soon. Okay, I fear that I did speak too soon. We're gonna go in with my favorite tool this time. I think we have to go in with the pliers again. Okay. The only part I'm really stuck is the bottom, just because it's so stuck in. And I think I'll have an issue with getting more details with the little paws at the bottom. What setting are you using for the top Z on your supports? Whatever the auto is. Did anyone else panic? Please, please. I won't stab myself this time. Girl, you need more comfy pliers. It makes your life so much easier. I'm only using what I got this time. The office has smaller pliers, so I'll have to use that next time, or I'll have to buy better pliers next time. Here's another piece. Okay, let's go try to wiggle more at the bottom. Let's see. With fuzzy skin, adjusting it to Z-top is a must. Otherwise, it's a nightmare to remove the supports. Well, I will definitely take that into consideration for the next Pochita that I show on the stream. Okay, so it's the same as regular layer height. Can I recommend that, let's say if your print is 0.02 height setup, it is, on the supports to 0.25. Okay, let me actually check, because I actually have the MakerWorld or the Bamboo app open right now. So give me 1 second to see. One second, everyone. Okay, so I have the numbers for you guys. The top Z distance is 0.21. 0.21, guys. That is the number. Please let me know if that was an acceptable number. You can use paint on support so you don't have to use as much to remove. Can you explain what this means, please? Oh boy, I'm stressed again. Okay, something is coming off. Okay. Last time you guys just saw me struggle for an hour. Hopefully this time Tiffany Amateur Maker Hour. The stream should be called Pochita Attempt Insert Number here. This is attempt number 2 so far. Next stream, you'll see me do attempt number 3, but with an added print, because I have a special filament that I just bought. I'll open that later so you guys can see me stab it. So here, let's see what we can do on stream together and not stab myself or get microplastics in my mouth this time, because I did have to spit out a couple the last one. I really wish I had small pliers. Okay, that's what it's looking like. Still a little rough. Hi, didn't see who was live, so don't know where you were live. Hi, so we were live. I'm live every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner of the champion. My sticks. Yeah, my dinner will be a bowl of filament spaghetti. Oh, welcome to the stream. In case you missed, in 2 times was this big. This time he's smaller, and with the fuzzy skin slicer. If you guys joined my stream last time, I stabbed myself trying to ply off the supports. I'm using Polysonic because it's the only orange filament that I have. I add PEX peppers to spice it up. Well, these pliers are definitely been the ones that come with some printers if you want to fix a car. These came out, this is Husky, that's the brand. Let's see. I hope that you guys don't have to watch me struggle for another hour this time like I did last stream. Oh, it's cleanly coming off here. We got a piece. Yeah, when I finished the stream last time, I had so many bits of microplastic in my mouth, in my hair, on my pants. All right, we got one clean one off. Just don't throw it on the floor. If you have a hair dryer, it can soften the supports a bit too. Oh, whoa. I'll try. If I can't get this off within the 30-minute mark, guys, and I have 8 minutes left, I will do that off screen and I'll show it in the chat. Hold on. Repaint on supports. You manually select which areas of the model to support instead of, oh, okay, that's what you mean. If it doesn't get all over your place, it doesn't belong on your face. Check the Bamboo Wab wiki. It surely will. We're gonna go back in with this tool. I'm away from my hands this time. And I stabbed the table. I stabbed the table. That could have been my hand. Okay, that's the best tool. All right, things are happening. Things are coming off. I feel like if I apply pressure to the middle, that's how things will come off. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Always point sharp tools away from the body, for sure. I did not do that last time because I got so frustrated. I won't subject you guys to watching me do this for an hour next time. I'm going to do this for up until the 30-minute mark, and if I can't, then I will come back next time and do it with a hair dryer. I hate to say it, Tiffany, but this is the struggle when you let Joel teach you how to print. Joel didn't teach me how to print at all. Everything I've done is through pure Google, most of some help from Pete, and I probably should be watching our Polymaker lab channel, but where's the fun in that if I'm not struggling a little bit at first, right? Hi, nice to see you struggling with the supports. Need more tuning. It's still entertaining to watch someone 3D print for the first time. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like I'm getting pretty good with functional prints. I don't really have to do much with that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. But it's the dang figurines that get me because they have so much configuration to do, especially if I want to change the scaling. A torch will also have a 100% success rate to get PLA supports on. Should I get a lighter? Is it okay to burn it? I think Polymaker's goal is to keep hiring people who know nothing about 3D printing so they can get more people hooked on their filament. That's so true. If you stayed tuned with our new streamer on Monday, Gregory also just got into 3D printing. He just started this month. So he's also pretty much a newbie, although he has a better printer than me. He has a Bamboo something. I think it's an X1. No, don't actually use fire. Okay, so don't use fire. Don't get a lighter. Don't use a lighter. I have that issue whenever I find a cool mini. I always have to 300, 400% it. Yeah, Greg is great. He is a great editor. I'm really looking forward to all the cool stuff that he makes for us. I work pretty closely with Greg for now. So a positive update for you guys. I am transitioning into a new role at Polymaker. I will no longer be in this role. Can you guys guess what I'm going to be doing next? It took me over an hour to remove supports for one model for Murph. Oh, if you joined my stream last week, it took an hour just to take everything off, and I fear that's going to take an hour again. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Another piece. Let's see. Are you going to join Sean as a material scientist? I think I would be the worst addition to the material to that team, as I barely know how to function my 3D printer and the technical science behind our filament. I think that would be a terrible decision. I do like this answer though. New role, Polymaker support remover specialist. I struggle, so you guys don't have to. So my life lesson for you guys is never buy Polysonic to use on any print with supports. That's my tip for you. Hello, Jose. Are PLA significantly worse to remove supports from? I print 90% in PETG. I believe PLA is a lot easier. Hi, Britt. This time it's going a lot easier. I want to show you the scale. I scaled it down by a lot, and I did the fuzzy skin. The eyes came off extremely easy, and now once again, the bottom is just where I am struggling. And Britt, this time I can't really lift up any pieces just because it's a lot smaller. And the tool I have this time, he a little too big. Fantastic. Glad you found something that works better. I did. It's still Polysonic though. I will have to get my hands on orange PLA when I get back to the office. I just couldn't find any last time. Oh, we got a big chunk this time. I'm going to take the suggestion that someone told me and do the, I believe it's called paint the trees on. Get some of Pete's Fire HTPLA. The supports are a dream. Pezlas, if I could get my hands on some HTPLA right now, I definitely would. As you guys know, you guys have completely sold us out on HTPLA to the point where it's going to take us a little bit over a month to restock. Barely anyone in the team has HTPLA either. So if you guys haven't tried HTPLA, do not worry, because I guarantee you probably like 80% of the team hasn't tried it either. Yes, Britt, paint on supports. I'm going to do that next time. Honestly, a fun one to do with this would probably the orange HTPLA. True, filament with weak layer adhesion works great for support removal, like CoPE. But I'll stop talking about CoPE. If you guys do print with CoPE, I'm genuinely curious for those who just joined the stream. What do you guys print with CoPE? Oh, that was a good one. All right, I think she's almost pretty much clean. Okay, chat. So when you have stubborn removals like this and it's not completely clean, do you guys recommend me take a lighter and go against it just to melt some of the bits off so the surface at the bottom could be smooth? Or should I sand it? CoPE makes great decorations. You're completely correct. Like this little guy would be great for CoPE, and it's cheaper too. Oh, there we go. I think I almost got it done. I have a huge gash on my arm from trying to take supports off the wrong way. Who knew that taking off supports would be such a struggle for anything? Diablo Spawn 2. I stabbed myself last week trying to take off these supports. Glad to see that the gang is also struggling. All right, fire can result in damage to the surface. So how do you guys suggest I make the bottom smooth? As you can see, there's a lot of odd textures here, some supports that have left a little bit of a white cast here. Sand it. I believe sanding is probably the best answer. What do you guys like to use to sand your prints then, is what I'm curious about. Because I do have some sanding paper. Fun fact about me, I build Gundams, so sometimes I do have to sand some things off because in case you guys missed it last week, I gave a little bit of a confession here. I used to build Gundams a lot and I did not have the proper tools to cut off the trees, the pieces off the trees. So what I would use is medical scissors, and that definitely left some texture all over my figurines, but it's okay. It's fine. They still look good. All right, I think we're done. All right, everyone, behold, a clean support removal. You definitely could see more paw definition this time. Let's compare it. This one actually wasn't bad, considering I spent like an hour on this, but if you look on the side, you could still see some stubborn removals here. And if you look on the side here, he's pretty much clean. So I think this was the way to go. All right, chat, we can definitely say Pochita was a success this time. I did it. Clean removals at the bottom. I'm really proud with this considering I wasn't using the right tools. Gundams on stream when? Maybe next week I'll show you guys some of my Gundams, and you guys can suggest for me what I should print as accessories for them. Sand and then use an agent like PLA goop or Weld-On to make the surface smooth. Sandpaper, then hot air gun to hide white marks. Okay, so a little bit of heat does work. Now, Jose, can I use a lighter, like from a distance, just to like add a little bit of heat to it instead of a heat gun? Oh, let me show you guys the damage that was done this time. Not too bad. I have some microplastic pieces here. Definitely none in my mouth this time. None in my eye. No stabs done. No flesh wounds. A little pile here of my sports. Yeah. No blood equals success. I didn't form a blood contract with Pochita this time. You can try lighter, but it can scorch the finish. By scorch, you mean it would leave more marks. Lighters can leave black soot and could stain plastic. How about if what if the fire is here and Pochita is all the way up here? I take a punctured sheet any day instead of a wound. Yeah, not gonna lie, it healed up great, but it did sting for a bit. I did have a hoot telling my friends that I ended up stabbing myself because of a figurine. Well, with that being said, now that I know that this works, I'm actually going to print another one and scale the rest of the bits down to size with it. So expect Pochita attempt number 3 in the next stream, and hopefully it's the final, so I can use this as like a little desk prop. I'm really proud of him. Compared to this, a lot less wasted filament, and I never have to buy figurines for myself anymore. Speaking of figurines, guys, I'm also into Digimon. There's this brand called Pop Mart. Just to go off tangent, there's this brand called Pop Mart, and they've released some Digimon figurines. And tell me why they're blind boxes, but they're $20 each. A whole box itself, a whole case itself would be like $200. Who has the money for that? So I can't wait to print some Digimon figurines. Yeah, they're coming back because it's their 25th anniversary. I looked online today too, because on my TikTok it's filled with Digimon stuff for some reason. The Digivice that they're selling for their 25th anniversary is $300. So I might as well just print one and just keep it as a little desk. I like a heat gun embossing one, not too hot. Okay, let me see if I can finesse a heat gun and ask the office to buy one for the office. 25 years. I remember watching the first episode. I feel sad now. Me too, bearded printer. Me too. It just means we're getting old. Okay, with that being said, now that you guys know that I'm a little bit of a nerd for Digimon, next time, who knows, I might succumb to peer pressure and spend that $20 on that figurine, and I'll show you guys in the next stream if I do happen to buy it, just for the nostalgia. I'm going to convince Nico to get that $10 heat gun to add to the office. For those who don't know, we're trying to turn our little filament room into a little studio, which is what Gregory is working on. So maybe next time you see us stream in the next couple months, you'll see a more professional setup in the office. Okay, that being said, I have about 23 minutes left with you guys. I want to show you some new filament that I bought. Bought. The keyword is bought. I didn't steal it this time from the office. And guess which brand it's by? Can you guys guess just based on the box and packaging? I'm not supporting Polymaker this time. A whole different brand. I'm gonna have to tell Underture Greg that this is what his brand is gonna be called from now on. Underture. Throughture. You know, I was closer to buying Sunlu than Overture, but you know, I like Greg, so might as well support his filament brand. It is Overture. So I want you guys to guess before I open it. Can you guess what filament I bought from Overture? I even bought it from their Amazon. So this is how you know I'm getting into the hobby, because I did not get this for free. I actually invested my money in this. Okay, all good answers. We had a great time with Greg this weekend. OMG, the new gradients. I have yet to try the new gradients. So it's Polymaker under a different brand. It's a light green, orange. The only thing I know about Digimon is the Tamagotchi-like thing I had as a kid. Yeah, so that's called a Digivice at DJ Midnight Wolf. I was looking to buy one online today just for the nostalgia. And guess how much it was? $300. $300. I might as well print one on my own. I think they have printing profiles on MakerWorld, so I might as well just do that instead of shelling that money out. I met Greg at RepRap. He is great. Greg is a real hoot to talk to. Aurora Berry, Northern Lights, Avocado. How do we feel about the naming structure, chat, about filaments? Do you guys prefer, and this is in general for all filament, not even for Overture, and I mean, Polymaker is definitely guilty of this. When you guys hear names of filament that's not directly the name of the color, how do you guys feel about that? Okay, guys. I fear I have stabbed myself again. No comment. Greg sent me home with a ton of TPU, and now it's in Italy. Why is it in Italy at Pezla's? No, I want to get myself a Tamagotchi. Thanks a lot. This time opening filament, I am. I'm going to pretend like I didn't stab myself with this. Just for the sake of the stream. Okay, guys. Let me move you guys down a little bit. All right. Let's see what we got here. I've actually never opened a box of fresh new filament before. Again, every time I get filament, it's from the office and it's always old. So this is a fun surprise. So let me look through it together with you guys. All right. So it comes like a little pamphlet. Will I read this? I don't know. It's informative for sure. Okay. All right, guys. Now that the cat's out of the bag, literally, this is the filament I brought. My bag tag was for someone else and nobody noticed. Oh no, so your filament got shipped to Italy? All right. Keep that between us, Sebastian. Yeah, this is a secret only for the stream to know, okay? I won't comment on this too much. I'll have to try Overture's new colors, but for now, I'm going to show you guys that I bought Overture's Silk PLA. I really wanted to try out their filament, and I really am excited to make some cool stuff with this new roll. Okay, so what I see immediately is that it is not resealable. So if it's not resealable, does that give me permission to stab right here? Let me know, guys, before. So I was between this and the Sunlu filament, just because it had the same finish, but it was cheaper. So let me know, guys, have you tried the Sunlu Silk PLA? If you have, can we do a comparison in the chat? Remember, for silk, print a lot slower. Okay, I will keep that in mind because I'll show you guys after I stab this little roll of what I want to print with it. And then you guys can give me suggestions on the settings of how slow I should be printing. Feel free to DM on Discord for a silk profile. Still reusable. Okay, how is this reusable? How is this reusable? Because it looks like there's no seal after I open this. Sunlu is good. They also make Jayo, Tech Bears, and bamboo filament. Huh, I didn't know that. Silk gonna make different colors with speed. In some cases for silk, you may also want to print hotter too. Okay, so hotter and slower for silk. Sunlu Silk reduce, reuse, stabby baggy. If you're buying Sunlu, don't buy it on Amazon. Buy the Jayo sub-brand on eBay and AliExpress. Huh, do you guys trust the filament that's sold on AliExpress? I know it probably comes directly from the source, but sometimes I get iffy that it might be a reseller. You gotta get a little pocket knife for stabbing. I reuse mine, just fold it over. Okay, guys, I actually do have a kunai. Should I get that to open this? I'll be back, chat. Hello, I'm back. If it's good silk, you can print fast. I've had no issues printing at 300 millimeters per second. 5 days later, and people still laughing at a print I did Friday. I don't like that half of it will not ship to the US. I have tried it from Ali a few times. Once I had to get my money back because it shipped to New Jersey instead of Texas. So if I buy it from AliExpress, does the tariffs affect the price? Would it be cheaper just to buy it on Amazon then? even though I know you guys said don't buy it on Amazon. I did buy this off of Amazon, by the way. You're a Polymaker streamer with a roll-up or overture. Does HR know about this? So Andy, I have to test out different filament brands. I have to show off that I'm trying to really be serious about 3D printing. And if I'm serious about 3D printing, that means that I have to try other brands. This is an acceptable stabby tool. I have 2 kunais ready for stabbing. Make sure your outer walls with silk is slow. The rest doesn't matter much if you don't need strength. Okay. Ali has a US warehouse now. It's just massively cheaper because the cost of selling on Amazon is high. That's true. I'm kidding as well. We got to support different brands. Polymaker is all about inclusivity. You know? Is that gold purple filament? I was printing with Overture purple/gold silk filament yesterday. No, this is basically just gold. It's silk gold, no purple. Polymaker has a great policy of being open to other brands. All the partners have a non-exclusivity clause, hence Zombie, Sam, Prentice, even me working with other companies. Yes, because in the 3D printing community, we're all about supporting each other, right? Even if bamboo is at the top of the game right now. I heard bamboo filament is also pretty good. I've yet to try much of their filament. I tried Overture PET G recently and returned it. It can't be printed any faster than 60 millimeters per second. So what I'm told, let's see the print temp or speed on this. So you're definitely in the middle of that. The printing speed on here says suggested 30 to 70 millimeters per second. So I wonder why you couldn't print at 60. Just gold, I'll allow it. I'm going to show you what I want to print with it afterwards. I would check the settings in the slicers and make sure what company says. I found a few big mistakes in standard profiles. Hello, Clownhammer. Welcome to the stream. All right, I'll get to it. There's so many comments coming in. Bamboo has some interesting stuff. Oh, you know what brand that I actually really want to try, but they're just so expensive that I can't justify it. And I know that's ironic since Polymaker is considered on the high end too. Amolin, is that how you pronounce it? I think Amolin filament, the filament brand, has so many cool finishes that I really want to try. Let me know if you guys have tried. Hello, 3DHP, welcome. I believe we met at Rocky Mountain Rep Festival, or no, HQP. I recently spoke to someone from Sunlu. They are envious of Polymaker's brand awareness. I actually met some of them at Rapid, and they gave us some really fun compliments about our engagement on social media too. So I'm really grateful for that. That's how I pronounce Amolin. I love their filaments too. Yeah, Amolin is so cool. I love how their finishes are. I love how they market their stuff. Pezliz, I hope you get that deal. I hope you get that collab. Sorry, 3HP. I was thinking of another brand that was at Rocky Mountain Rep that also had 3D in their name, ironically. Amolin has great silks that work at 300 millimeters per second. So I guess for Amolin, you can print faster, huh? Okay, guys, it's stabbing time. All right. Should I go both in or just one? I'll go both. All right, ready. Oh, that is satisfying. I could see why you guys like doing this instead of resealing. Let's see. Oh, nope. Okay, that's one. That's two. And they held up pretty well. This is just standard PLA. A little bent at the tip, but it's fine. I would buy like 10 more rolls of filament just to do that again. Okay, first things first, let's show off the filament. Oh, I'll probably keep this for later. Okay, it's quite hefty. It doesn't have a bad smell. Some people have been saying that our HTPLA, when it gets shipped to them, or for those who have gotten the HTPLA, it smells weird. So this smells fine. Am I supposed to be sniffing it this much? I will, Pezliz. I will. I'll get a fresh new roll just to do that. I always stab Baggy with bamboo filaments. Are they not resealable, bearded printer? I think she likes to stabby stab. I think I've grown to love the stabbing. I can see why you guys are buying a bunch of filament just to stab now. I think Polymaker should sell empty filament spools that are sealed just for people to stab them. Maybe that should be like a thing at our next convention. Someone clip an ad as GIF to Discord. I am hooked. Get wood filament. You will like it. Which brand has good wood filament? Please let me know. Pick the wrong day to stop sniffing filament. She got a fresh whiff of silk goodness. I could smell the opulence with the gold. Hello, welcome. I met you at Rep Rap. So you don't stab, you cut? Do you not find the thrill in the stab? You can also just buy a food vacuum machine and some vacuum bags, reseal them, and stab them again. That's true, but where's the fun if I can't buy it? Empty filament spools are great for Christmas lights. Huh, that's a fun idea. What do you guys print with wood filament? I can. It's weighted too. It's hefty. I feel rich holding this. West 3D is best to stab. You get a resealable bag included separate from the backpack. Oh, that's actually really smart. They know their audience pretty well. How do you make them glow? That is a good question for the Christmas slice ideas. I think this is the comment. How do you make it glow? Okay, now that I've shown you guys what I bought and why I bought it, let me show you what I want to make with it before I end my stream. Okay, guys, so I think now you know I'm pretty nerdy. I do like TCG games. I'm in a really big Yu-Gi-Oh phase right now. Hold on. The running joke is to print a group model with wood filament. Dice trays, parts trays, tavern mugs are good too. Interesting. Well, I'll have to find a good use for wood filament because I haven't had the urge to do any wood finishes. Okay, why I bought this gold filament is because I'm really into Yu-Gi-Oh right now. As I get older, I find myself gravitating more to shows and interests that I was into when I was when I was younger. And just recently, I got back into this app called Duel Links, and it's Yu-Gi-Oh! And I got back into watching the show while I as background noise while I work. And it's just nice nostalgia. And so I have actually some old Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that I had from childhood that I just really wanted to store somewhere besides like a dusty old tin. And what I really wanted to print is literally a deck card, a TCG deck card holder. Yes, I think we're all in the same generation. How do you guys feel about the new Final Fantasy Magic card collection? I saw, just to go off tangent for a bit, I saw online that some places, resellers are selling cards for like $500 to $2,000, which is crazy. And I've seen some packs, like pack boxes that are being sold for $1,500 to $5,000, which I think is even crazier. I think the Pokemon TCG game industry has gotten so lucrative that they really just start charging whatever, huh? My Pokemon cards are also in the same Yu-Gi-Oh tin. So I really wanted to print this with this gold, and I'm so excited to do this week. And I think I really gravitated towards this because the print time is only like 3 hours. So here is where I need suggestions from you guys on printing tips with this silk PLA. And if you give me the tips, I'll write them down and I'll report back to you guys if I listened and I did a good job next week with this print. So please let me know for this specific print, what do you guys suggest for me? Do you suggest with supports or no supports? And what's the difference if it's just a box? Okay, zombie, 60 millimeters per second, walls, 200 to 230 C. Yes, so you guys told me print slow and print hot. I sent my whole collection of first edition Pokemons to a reseller and got ripped off. Never do that again. I don't trust resellers. I'm definitely going to listen to Zombie. I even favorited that comment. I had Pokemon Game Boy games as a kid and thought the Digimons are fake Pokemons and never watched any of it. No, you're missing out. They're literally digital monsters in a digital world, while Pokemon is actual monsters in a real world that are held in just digital balls. That's the difference. If someone can explain it better, let me know. Set your max volumetrics flow to around 12. Okay, highlighting that as well. I still have all 150 of the original Pokemon cards plus Mew and Mewtwo. Bearded Printer, I think you just revealed that you could make a lot of money. And if anyone knows his address, please rob him of all of his original 150 cards. That sounds like a gold mine, Bearded Printer. I hope not, because I know resellers rip you off. Do you have 2 Mews? Someone leak Bearded Printer's address so we could steal all his Pokemon cards. My daughter has tons of Pokemon cards, and I have a few set aside that are like $400. That's a lot, actually. That is a lot. I wish I had kept more of my cards when I was younger, but as I grew older, I thought I was too cool for school, and I gave it away to all my little cousins. So now I have a very small collection. DM me later, Pezliz. I'm going to come and steal all of his cards. My collection was worth over $3,000. It's crazy to me how expensive cards can get because, you know, baseball cards, they hold a lot of value. But if the real money, I feel like, is in Pokemon cards and any TCG game cards, actually. P. Sherman, 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. I'm on my way with Nemo. I think Pezliz gave us a hint. All right, Utah, here I come. These I got in a drawing and they were untouched and placed in a card holder right out of the package. Oh, that actually would cost a lot of money if you sell it to this day. Is this a Totodile? What is this, Da Vinci? Okay, but going back to this, what do you guys think of this print? The sarcophagus box. Let me know. Would you guys want to see me show off this final product on stream? I think it looks really cool. The other one said it took 12 hours to make, and so I was less enticed. Gonna be hard for you to steal them. I don't even know where they are at the moment. I know general location that they're stored, but it's a mess. You may have to reorganize my entire basement before you get them. It sounds like Bearded Printer just wants me to clean his basement for him. Max infill, make it heavy. Not many supports, so you should be okay. That's a good question. So for me, at least, to ask you guys, do I print with supports or no supports, guys? Oh, I could do the Millennium Puzzle and do it on stream. There are a bunch of pieces here, and it'll definitely give me a bunch of use to this. Supports are for if you have overhangs. I don't think I'll have any overhangs. Yeah, imagine that. Mine are somewhere in my garage as well, and I have no idea where wink, wink. You could try slicing without supports, and Bamboo Studio will yell at you if it detects you need supports. I've actually done that on my first print. I didn't want to waste filament because I only had that small string of white filament that Bamboo Labs give you whenever you get their printer. And that's where I effed up with this Wizard Kirby because I probably should have used supports on him. But it was a crazy amount of supports that it suggested me to use, so I didn't want to waste. Okay, noted, guys. I will take all of this into consideration, and I'll get to printing right after this stream. Because I'm actually so excited to put my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in this box. Pochita can wait. Okay, so supports are if you have overhangs. I feel like this doesn't need any overhangs, so I might as well. Well, I mean, there's a small overhang here, but it's not even that far off the ground. So I think I'll be fine without supports. Let me see what other people say. This person printed it without any supports and it looks great. I usually put the description of my models, whether or not a model will require supports. You'd hope they'd indicate that in the description. Here it says, the model in the photo was printed without supports, but I also uploaded a print profile with supports for those who want it. I think I'll do it without. Again, I'm not a big fan of supports. Whose address is this, DJ Midnight Wolf? What the heck? Never think of supports as waste. If the print fails or quality issues, technically you wasted more if the model has flaws or failures. That is so true. That is so true. But I think for a box, I wouldn't need supports. And if the model itself says it doesn't need it, I'm going to follow that first and we'll see. If it looks like crap, I'll give it to a friend. Shh, don't tell anyone that. But thank you, chat. I think this is my time. I'm at the 1 hour mark. I appreciate everyone for showing up, watching me again remove supports off of Mini Pochita this time. We can only go up from here, chat. As you can see, I definitely improved a little bit with my printing skills, meaning I now understand how to mess with some of the settings and slicer settings. Thank you guys for watching me open Overture's Silk PLA. I can't wait to start printing with it, and I can't wait to show you guys what I print next week. Maybe for all future filament, I will open it with these kunais. This will be my signature on the stream now. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys again next Wednesday. Overture has quality filament. I have no doubt you'll have good experience with it. That's what I hope as well. Bye, guys. Thanks again for streaming in. Pochita says thank you. He's a little potato. Bye, guys.